Getting the perfect hot lap is a satisfying feeling when you get it correct, but it's sometimes not that easy. You have to have the correct techniques, and of course you have to be a very good driver to be able to do it. Now, what does it take to be able to nail your hot lap? Well, in this video I'm going to be explaining what it takes. So to do that, we're going to be going to Abu Dhabi. Obviously we don't have enough time in this video to go around all of the circuits, so we're going to stick with Abu Dhabi because it has most of the corner types that will help you develop your skills to doing a good hot lap. Okay, so first of all, you need to find a good setup. So what you could do is, on time trial, you can download the setup from the fastest person on the leaderboard, or what you could do is just make a custom setup of your own, which you're comfortable with, which is what I am doing today. Now, I'm going to do a slow lap first to show you what techniques you need. So, in starting a hot lap, try and use all of the track to do that. Same goes for all of the corners really. So first corner, use a little bit of the entry curb sometimes. Use plenty of the exit curb as well, but not too much, otherwise your lap time will be invalidated, as mine was. Don't use too much of the curb through fast corners. That could slow you down a little bit and unsettle the car. Now, here it's vital to mount the curbs into slow corners. That could speed you up a lot. In hairpins, try not to use the curbs too much. That could unsettle the car and make it harder to control. Obviously, open the DRS on a straight as soon as possible. That will give you maximum straight line speed. Now, for this kind of corner, a very tight chicane, you'll see that in Monza as well. Maybe second gear, third gear. Yeah, just use the curbs, and on the exit, maybe what I've done just there is a little bit wrong. Don't use the exit curb too much. Now, on this fast chicane, you can use a little bit of the entry curb, but not recommended because you can lock up like that. Now for this corner, don't use the entry curb too much because that can make you lock up like I did just then. If there's a fast corner coming up which you need a tight apex, the fast corner before it, you might not want to hit the apex too much. Now, with Abu Dhabi's track, there is some paint which you can roll on. A lot of drivers do that, so you can do that. Try not to slide too much as I just did. Hit the apex when I'm talking out. Try to make the distance as short as possible, and then that's it. Now for the hot lap. Trying to get a good exit out of the final corner for maximum speed on the straight is important. Now that time delta up there is driven by the Mercedes car. That's why I am quite a lot slower. Use a lot of the curb, as I said. Use that curb as well. Now you might want to use the exit curb there a little bit. Use the entry curb here. Inside, there you go. Now the hairpin. Not always good to have an early apex, but that could save you some time if you're being smart with it. Open the DRS, obviously. 8th gear if you're fortunate enough to be able to get up there. That also makes me point out another thing. If you think that you can't quite get up to 8th gear on the straights, just stay in 7th gear, because if you change to 8th gear when it's not necessary, that could, firstly it will use the gearbox, and that will slow down the car a little bit, and secondly it doesn't really give it, in some ways it could slow you down a little bit, but anyway, no, I was already said that, but anyway, it will just be a waste of effort sometimes. Clip the apex there for the hotel section there, locking up a little bit. And also, don't be afraid of locking up, because even though that could affect your pace a little bit, sometimes if you if you turn into too sharply locking up, that's a really stupid thing to say. Just try not to lock up, but if you do lock up, don't be afraid of it, and that's the end of the lap. Hope you found this useful, and yep, for a treat for you, we are going to do some donuts again. So yep, I hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And also, I'm planning to do a video on how to get the perfect start on F1 2020, because that can be a very hard thing to do. And yeah, I'm sure that'll be very useful. If you do want to see that, let me know in the comments below. So that will be it for this video. Click on my logo to subscribe. Click on the video windows to watch more videos, and of course check out my social medias. You might see some behind the scenes footage and maybe a little bit of outtakes as well.